When we look around, we see simple objects like chairs, watches, shoes, or even children's dolls. Things that seem harmless and ordinary. But behind many of these everyday items, there are dark, frightening, and sometimes bloody stories. Today we're going to explore 9 everyday objects with dark histories. I promise, after this video you'll never look at ordinary objects the same way again. So stay with us until the end. And before we start, if you enjoy these kinds of strange videos full of hidden facts, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming episodes. Now let's dive into the first object. Number 1. The electric chair. A chair is a symbol of comfort and relaxation. But in the 19th century, this very object was turned into an instrument of execution. The electric chair was first built in America as the most modern way to die. Imagine, something we use today to rest was once designed to end lives. The story began when scientists and politicians were searching for a way to make executions more humane. Hanging and the guillotine seemed too brutal, so the idea of using electricity was proposed, and the result was a chair where the condemned person was strapped in, hands and feet bound, and a powerful current passed through the body. In reality, this method was anything but humane. Many times it caused horrific, prolonged deaths. Some prisoners burned and convulsed for minutes. There are even reports of bodies catching fire or smoke pouring out of ears. This modern device quickly became a symbol of terror and dread. Number 2. The pocket watch. The pocket watch was a symbol of elegance and order in the 19th century. Wealthy men and politicians always carried one, but behind this luxurious item lies a dark history. The first pocket watches were made with luminous paint so the hands could be seen in the dark. That paint contained radioactive material. The workers who produced these watches were mostly young women. They used fine brushes to paint the hands, and to keep the brush tips sharp, they would moisten them with their lips. As a result, radioactive material entered their bodies. Many suffered severe cancers. Their teeth fell out, their bones weakened, and some even died. This later became one of the biggest industrial scandals. What was supposed to be a symbol of order and elegance actually cost hundreds of lives. Number 3. Medical masks. Today, masks are symbols of care and health. But in the Middle Ages, plague doctors' masks with long beaks looked more like nightmares than cures. People believed these masks could stop death, but the reality was very different. The beaks were stuffed with aromatic herbs, spices, and fragrant materials, because people thought disease spread through bad air. Doctors believed filtering the air would keep them safe, but this false belief did nothing to help. In fact, the masks became symbols of fear. Imagine the streets of Europe filled with men in black robes and long-beaked masks. People were more terrified of seeing them than of the disease itself. Today these masks appear in horror films and Halloween celebrations, but behind them lies a very real and very dark history. Number 4. High-heeled shoes. High heels today are symbols of fashion and beauty. But originally they were designed for soldiers to stand more securely in stirrups. The roots of this popular fashion lie in war and bloodshed. In the 16th century, Persian and Ottoman soldiers wore high-heeled shoes to stay steady while shooting from horseback. Later the style spread to Europe, where nobles wore them to display power and wealth. Even King Louis XIV of France wore red high heels to show off his authority. Over time, these shoes became fashion statements. What we now wear for beauty was originally created for battle. Behind every step in high heels lies a bloody history. Number 5. Children's dolls. Dolls have always symbolized innocence and play. But if we look back, many old dolls carry dark stories. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, Some dolls were made with real human hair. There are even reports of families donating the hair of deceased loved ones to make dolls as keepsakes. This led many to believe dolls carried the spirit or energy of the dead. In different cultures, dolls were used as tools of magic or curses. For example, voodoo dolls in Africa and the Caribbean were made to harm or protect. Countless scary stories tell of families experiencing strange, unexplained events after buying an old doll. Noises at night, changes in facial expressions, or even dolls moving on their own. Today, some of these dolls are kept in museums, and visitors still feel uneasy when they see them. What was meant to bring joy sometimes brought fear and horror. Number 6. Mirrors. A mirror is a simple tool to see ourselves. But in ancient cultures, people believed mirrors could trap souls. In Europe, it was customary to cover mirrors in a house when someone died, so the spirit wouldn't get stuck inside. In ancient China, mirrors were considered tools to ward off evil spirits. In old Iran, mirrors symbolized truth, but breaking one was seen as a sign of misfortune and bad luck. The belief that mirrors could show the future or act as gateways to other worlds existed in many cultures. Even today, some people believe staring into a mirror for too long can lead to supernatural experiences. A mirror may look ordinary, but its past is filled with fear and strange beliefs. Number 7. Early telephones. The telephone today is one of life's essentials. But the first models were full of danger. Wires overheated, sparks flew, and houses caught fire. Some of the earliest users even died from electric shocks. In the early decades, telephones easily caused fires because they lacked safety systems. Beyond physical danger, early telephones also sparked social fears. Many believed the device could transmit spirits or strange voices. There are stories of people hearing eerie, non-human sounds during phone calls. The telephone, now a symbol of progress, once carried a history of accidents and fear. Number 8. Oil lamps. Oil lamps were once the only way to light the night, but these simple devices often caused disasters. In the 19th century, many cities were destroyed by fires started by oil lamps. A small bump or a lamp falling over could burn down an entire house. Beyond the danger of fire, the smoke and smell of oil caused respiratory illnesses. In some countries, oil lamps became symbols of poverty because poor families had no other source of light. Behind the warm glow of an oil lamp lies a history of tragedy and disease. Number 9. Old school textbooks. Textbooks symbolize education and learning. But in many countries, old textbooks were filled with political propaganda and brainwashing. During the Cold War, school books in the US and the Soviet Union were packed with content demonizing the enemy. In Nazi Germany, children's textbooks were saturated with party ideology. In some countries, history was rewritten so the younger generation would only read the official government narrative. What was supposed to provide knowledge became a tool of control. Textbooks, simple objects of learning, carry a dark past of manipulation and deception. So, these were 9 everyday objects with dark histories. Next time you look around, remember, every object might have a story that shouldn't be forgotten. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss future episodes. Share your thoughts in the comments. Which object shocked you the most? And if you'd like, suggest topics for upcoming videos where we'll explore more objects or places with dark histories. This channel is going to be full of strange facts, entertaining stories, and histories that few people know. Stay with us, because every week we'll take you into a new world of wonder